What's up YouTube? It's Louis here bringing you today's cryptocurrency video. I hope you're all well during this period. Thank you guys for all your support and thank you for always coming back. I want to say thank you as well for watching my Bitcoin video because as you guys know by now, when you're in a dip, the only chart that matters is Bitcoin because your altcoin chart can look like poo, but as long as Bitcoin turns back around, no matter how bad your altcoin chart looks, Bitcoin will flip it back over. For example, like for I can just think of two coins on the top of my head. So VeChain and XRP, if you look at the weekly or the daily, I've forgotten which one, you've lost the 55 EMAs, weekly or daily EMAs. I don't know exactly what, but Bitcoin hasn't. Now, because the other two have, yes, they're below them, which is your signal of the bear market, but you need to hit your head on it, which you haven't done yet. And Bitcoin never lost the 55 EMA. Ethereum only went to the 20 EMA, the weekly EMA. So Ethereum's like your cheat sheet. So is Bitcoin for your alts, basically, because if they're not hitting their head on the 55 weekly EMA, then you're not going into a bear market. It doesn't matter if your altcoins are. Bitcoin can flip around, go up, and then obviously the altcoins will get back above those EMAs. Now for Quant, because it hasn't been around for too long, if you go to the weekly and the monthly, there are no EMAs, not even 12. On the weekly, you got your 12 EMA, but it's not enough for me. So I'm going to turn off the EMAs. I just want to look at price action for what it is. So right now, what we can go off is this swing low over here and this swing high. This was your bottom. So since then, you've been going up in waves. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Finish. And once we met our wave 5 target, you actually printed some hidden bullish divergence because on the chart, you had higher highs like that, but on the RSI you had lower highs. Can you see that? So this was hidden bullish divergence. Basically, this was basically telling you that yep, Quant is so overextended, we now need to roll over. Now we need to find the pattern that's going to take us down. And I was warning you guys about this pattern for a long while. And of course this pattern over here, the descending triangle, could have been invalidated, but it needed to hold and get back above $286. And I told you guys, as long as you're not getting back above $286, you will meet your technical target. So for a long while we actually held the $200 line for a long time, but when Bitcoin capitulated, this is what sent Quant below the 200, and then you met your technical targets to the downside. And I gave you this level as well if we were to ever lose this target. Basically, now the target is has been met. We're now looking for a new pattern, a bottoming out structure, because when a target is met, like a bearish pattern's target is met, it now needs to make a bullish pattern. Of course it can carry on going down if it forms a bearish, but a lot of the time after a descending triangle you may potentially get an ascending triangle, but I'm not seeing that right now. So we need the days to go by, we need the weeks to go by to form these patterns basically. So what is nice about Quant is that you've been hitting swing highs and swing lows. If I go to the weekly time frame and remove all the drawings, you can see right now on the weekly we're hitting our head over here on this support, resistance, 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 support. Now the reason why we have rolled over to here is because, let me go back to the daily time frame, turn on the drawings. So sorry about that. So the reason why we rolled over exactly to where this candle is right now, look at the close of that candle. Let me zoom in so you can see this exactly. Look where that close is, $187. We go, look to the left, structure these clues. I'm going to hold this level, go across. Let's get that exact. Look, when you broke out over here and you started this wave 5, this final wave to the upside, you can see that you actually now back tested that support. So why did you do that? Because when you left it, when you made your wave 5, you never back tested this as support. So basically you were eventually going to come down to it, and it was all about finding that pattern that was going to take us down. And many weeks ago you could even say, well, I told you about it before we broke out. So yeah, 29th of October, so literally over a month ago now, 2 months, well, not exactly 2 months, but yeah, well over a month ago now, when we had this descending triangle forming, I gave you the technical target down here at this swing low over here. So remember, if you lose your swing high over here, which we were sitting on nicely, you come to the swing low. Lose that, you come to here. Lose that, you come to here. And that's exactly what we've done. But you haven't closed down here, you haven't closed down here. Where have you closed exactly? On that basically. And why was that? Because you never back tested it as support once you broke out, and this is exactly the reason why we've come down here. You've also met this smaller descending triangles target down here. And what is also very nice, out of this swing low to this swing high over here using the fibs, you've now back tested that 0.618. You're still below the 0.50, so if you do roll over some more, the 0.618 would be a perfect entry if you haven't already entered Quant. To be honest, guys, when I entered Quant, I think it was at $230 up here. I knew it was going to roll over, but guys, it's so in the floor, it's ridiculous. Let me go back to the RSI. Since its inception, look where the RSI is when we were down here. Look where the RSI is up here, all the way in the floor. Quant has never been this low in the RSI ever. On the chart, you're getting huge a hidden bullish divergence. Look at this trend line being respected. So this trend line is actually, we can draw an uptrending line, a resistance one, and you can see that this is actually a falling wedge. So you target out the falling wedge, because you do patterns on here as well. The target out the falling wedge is the top of the falling wedge. So once Quant is getting above 70 on the daily RSI, this is where we can start keeping our eyes on Quant, not to sell it instantly, but to watch it, to see how overextended it is, and then wait for that hidden bearish divergence, or just your regular bearish divergence. So again, guys, right now you have hidden bullish divergence, and that's because this low over here, this low's here, and this here is a higher low basically. But on the RSI, you're getting lower lows, even though this is much higher on the chart. So that is why it's hidden bearish, a bullish divergence. And you've come down to the 0.618, you back test that support. So if we see that roll over one more time, I want to see this hold with the bodies. If you do lose this and you hit your head, just like you rolled over here, you try to get back above, fell below it, hit your head, and fell to the 0.618. If you do something similar here where you hit your head, you could roll over to the low over here, but I'm not seeing that unless Bitcoin carries on rolling over, guys. So it's all about the 0.618 holding, because your technical targets haven't been met. Look at that for confluence. The descending triangles, once we broke out, the target was hit exactly at the 0.618. So that's Quant, guys. There's not much to say. We have to zoom out, okay? I'm going to be bringing multiple updates on Twitter, mostly about Bitcoin. Why? Because that's the most important coin. If you're not following my Twitter already, it's Louis_crypto. That is where I was posting, even at 5 a.m. yesterday morning when the dip was currently happening. I was posting while I was seeing it in the charts. So I hope you enjoyed today's update. I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, peace.